Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bonsoir. Hola. I think we are settling down and ready for our closing session. My name is Dr. Rose Christine Kagwa, a Senior Director for Business and Scientific Services at the National Water and Sewage Corporation of Uganda. But I also stand here in two other capacities as your chair of the WOP Assembly and also as the Senior Vice President for the International Water Association. It gives me great pleasure to be your MC for this evening for such a great Congress that we have had. I'd like us to start by giving a very big hand clap to the organizers. Another hand clap to the facility team here at this excellent facility. A bigger hand clap to the German government for hosting us, and for the UN family for putting all this together. And last but not least, for each of you for having made this possible. Your Excellencies, GWOPA family, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of this wonderful Congress, I think we can all feel the spirit of solidarity that has filled each and every session, small or large. Over these past days, we've shared a lot of ideas. We've shared challenges, and we have also come up with solutions. We have seen some innovations, even in the lower floor, where we had a small exhibition. But most importantly, I think each one of us has shared commitment. Commitment to stronger utilities, commitment to stronger partnerships, stronger communities, and ensuring that every human being has access to water and sanitation. What has stood out most is that partnerships are no longer about projects. They are not about reaching out only to the north, but they're about people working together for real, lasting change, for impact on the ground. We've talked about financing resilience, integrating climate action, promoting inclusion, and building trust. And all of this reminds us that when we learn from one another and lift each other up, then the whole sector of water and sanitation can actually move forward. As you return home, let's carry this energy with us. Let's make solidarity more than just a theme that was here in these few days. Taking the words of my own sister, Rose, let's make it practical, a daily practice. We want to thank you once again, and we are sure that together in this solidarity, we can move into real action and have equitable water and sanitation services in the future. We will have and hear from two very experienced people, looking back at what has happened in these 3 days and also looking towards the future. I would like to invite on stage now Mr. David Boyes, who is a global leader in the water and energy sector with public services, representing 30 million service workers in 160 countries. He has been instrumental in shaping the global water policy as a member of the UN Secretary General Kofi Annan's Advisory Board on Water and Sanitation, and helping to establish this alliance, GWOPA, and advance the resolution on the human right to water and sanitation. Would like to welcome David on stage. Please, a very big hand clap for him. And joining him is Ms. Rose Molokhane, a coordinator of South African Federation of the Urban Water, Urban Poor, and on the Management Committee of Slum Dwellers International. She's a veteran of anti-apartheid struggle. She's one of the most internationally recognized grassroots activists in land tenure and housing. She has shown us that we need practical impact on ground. Rose, you're welcome on stage. And I will ask each of them to have 5 minutes just to reflect on what has happened and what they're seeing for the future. Thank you.
Okay, well, thanks, Rose. I'm a little bit humbled by being called a leader. That's a big title. And it's true, I was on Kofi Annan's advisory board, which led to the decision to bring us all together under GWOPA. And our arguments from 2006 are still valid today. The many thousands of public operators across the planet need to improve if we are to ensure universal access to water and sanitation. The skills and knowledge required are available in the hundreds of thousands of staff working in these utilities, whether they're in top management, middle management, or out in installing the pipes and checking the meters and dosing the chemicals. There are hundreds and thousands of us. The key is to connect, to share, to apply all of these knowledges, all of these skills, and that's what GWOP has been doing for 15 years, is it? But the thing is, we need many more WOPs, hundreds, if not thousands of WOPs. And I know the team at GWOPA is working hard day in and day out, and I'm one of their staunchest advocates. But it is all of our work here and at home. And I think one of the things that I see that is happening here, and it's something that a number of people have expressed, but our WOPs need to be connected to the investments being planned and implemented. To us, this is one of the missing pieces. To me, it's like my brother. He trained to be a welder. He went to welding school in Canada for a couple of years, but then he didn't actually weld for 3 or 4 years, so he lost his skills. He went on to do other things, and he's doing fine. But if we train and skill to build the WOPs, we've got to integrate them into the service extension, into the improvement activities. Only when the workers are all upskilled will the big investment projects be sustainable. And I think the international financial institutions are really realizing that. And I think we've seen ADB has been here the whole time, has EBRD. A couple of them have stayed the whole time. Normally they come in, do a speech, and gone. I think they realize that if we are to have sustainable, long-term capital investment programs, we need the workers. The innovative finance we need is not that of the big private equity and the huge asset management companies. We need the finance to multiply the WOPs. We need the WOPs to connect to the planning, implementation, and maintenance of large capital projects. And just like the European Commission innovated their finance and procurement procedures to adapt to the needs of WOPs, which they did and continue to do, we need the big IFIs to adapt their procedures, to bring us in, to integrate us. But frankly, and I think we'll be able to do it, but I'm going to go a little bit off topic now, if you allow. She's watching me. I know she's got her watch. But we need sustainable finance in the water sector. And there's 2 public policy issues which impact directly on the ability to deliver on the SDGs. And one is tax justice globally, and the other is debt relief. And most of you in this room know what I'm talking about. But we need, in each country, the richest and the corporations to pay their fair share of taxes. It's only fair and just. And that doesn't happen in every country. But governments depend on tax for the majority of their spending. If we had enough tax money, we wouldn't have to depend on development aid, which is shrinking. Now, the other thing is 2025 is a Jubilee year. Some of you know that each 25 years, we call for a Jubilee process whereby the debts are forgiven. The last one in 2000 took 5 years. and it absolved $180 billion of debt. So we got to get ready to work, and water should add its voice to that. We've got to realize that the financing decisions on water are political. The decisions on SDGs are political. Yet we've got the IMF austerity programs in over 100 countries. They're wreaking havoc across all public services, in water, in health, in education. Yet at the same time, we see Gen Z. Who's heard of Gen Z? They're the youngsters. They're rebelling in country after country: Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Morocco, and Madagascar, because they don't have access, universal access to quality public services. We know that having that access is a major way to reduce inequality. So even though we know that SDG 6 won't be met, but we shouldn't get depressed. We need to work harder with more urgency and determination. We need to innovate and educate. And you and GWAPA and your WOPs are part of the solution. And congratulations for being part of the solution. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd like to pass over to Rose. Summarize your thoughts.
Thank you very much. You have taken my time.
Or have I taken your message?
Okay. When I was invited to come here, I said, what is Jehovah? What is this? Okay, but because there was UN Habitat next to it, then I got convinced to accept the invitation. So when I came here, it took me back on the time when I started to be part of my organization in 1991, starting to mobilize and organize communities to be self-reliant, to bring together our resources and use them as a leverage to attract more resources. So now, the issue of basic services was one of the issues that we constantly talk about. And we said, what is basic services? Okay, water, toilet, we call it toilet, not sanitation, and electricity and roads in our informal settlements. But we talked about these basic services, but we didn't know how to penetrate in getting to understand how to access basic services. We have done it in some of the countries, but not understanding. But since I was part of this conference, and I was asking myself, is there any other community member in this conference? So when I attended different sessions, I find out that there's no community member, meaning that I'm representing the millions of people who are staying in slums, informal settlements, townships that are not formalized. So I wish that they can hear the voice that I'm raising on their behalf to say, today I met with relevant people that talk about the basic services that we have been talking about all these years. I feel honored to be part of yourselves, even though I'm on the other side of the table. Creating partnership is to attend this kind of gatherings and talking to each other, understanding each other on what one is in need of. I think it is time that we change our mindset of talking on paper and not doing it on the ground. We are discussing it as Sheikh Dwellers International in 32 countries, especially in Africa, and that is where we are strongly affected by lack of basic services in our communities. I would like to make an appeal that the partnership that we always talk about become strengthened, so that in all these many conferences that I attend, when we talk about inclusive partnership, I wish that from this gathering, when we go back home, because I know many countries that are here, we do have federations in your countries. And I'm going to communicate with Jehopa to give me the list of the countries that attended, so that I convey the message to my colleagues to try and knock at your doors to engage and address the issues of water and sanitation. I think if we can do that, my wish when I go back home will be met. And I wish that it happens. And I feel honored. Thank you very much for allowing me to be part of your discussions. Thank you very much for allowing me to talk to you, and you started to listen to what the people need on the ground. And let's join hands together and walk the same path, because it is still a long way to go to reach our goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for David and Rose. You may take your seats. We've heard a lot about strengthened partnerships, reaching out to the community, and also thinking bigger when it comes to financing and sustaining the financing for the WOP partnership. Once again, a round of applause for our two thoughts, looking back and looking forward. I would like to now invite on the stage Ms. Safa Bada from the UN GWOPA with your team. She's coming up together with Said Sahed Aziz and Esther Ngugi. Please, a round of applause, because what's coming next is an intergenerational utility dialogue. Two people from two different generations. Syed Sahid is the chairman of the Pakistan Water Operators Network and managing director of the Punjab Municipal Development Fund Company. He has led a lot of transformations in the Pakistan utility sector. And together with him, we have our young water professional. Give it up for her again. I can see most of you are from the wrong generation. How do the young people clap? Yeah, that's more like it. She's a strategic planning professional with 12 years experience working with Nyeri Water and Sanitation Company in GWOPA and a member of the GWOPA Steering Committee. Safa, over to you.
Thank you so much, Rose, and good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. It's great to be here with you guys. I'm excited to be moderating this segment of the closing ceremony, especially as a young person in the field myself. It's been a very full and wonderful week. And I understand it's getting a bit late, so I don't want to keep you guys. Let's get straight, I suppose, into it. So the first, I suppose, topic I'd like to address, obviously, is like utilities today are operating in an increasingly complex environment, from climate change to new technologies, and of course, growing urban populations, which UN Habitat is looking to address every day. Zahid, let's start with you. You've guided teams and institutions through different phases of this evolution. What have you learned about sustaining effective utilities through this change?
Thank you very much, and walaikum assalam. Actually, the urbanization and the climate change, these things are the challenges, but these are also creating some opportunities. For example, if because of climate change, we are encountering urban flooding, so it means these things are being highlighted in the eyes of the governments, in the eye of the decision makers, so they all understand the intensity of the problem. And secondly, urbanization is also creating another opportunity that per dollar spent on the water sector gives more beneficiaries, because the cluster of the urbanization carries more people than the rural people. So these opportunities are there, and that's why I can share with you that $3 billion are being spent by the government of Pakistan this year on the same sector. So these are the things which we need to, take benefit of that. And secondly, the water sector has an inertia. It is very difficult to change. It takes time to change, and sometimes if you want to deteriorate it, it also takes some time. So it means continuity and in the policies and the leaderships in the operators is very important. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And Esther, from your perspective, what opportunities do you see for today's generation of utility professionals to build on those foundations that Zahid was speaking about?
I see tremendous opportunities for today's generation, and especially in terms of innovation, we all agree that the young generation are very good in when it comes to innovation. And if I would say I don't want to call them the old generation, I want to call them the experts in the field. The experts in the field come with the knowledge. And we are sure, like in the water utilities, mostly from where I come from, Kenya, the old generation or the experts mostly came from the municipal. And for the young generations coming in, sometimes they may not be able to fit in. But we need to accommodate them to the young generation. And this will bring the innovation approach into action. And where you'll find that when they come in with the innovation, the experts come in with the information, and both of them come up with the solutions for this.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. And I mean, as we've just established, the sector is transforming quickly with digital tools, innovation, as you were saying, climate resilience planning, and new community engagement becoming super essential in all of the work we're doing. So a question for you both is, how do you see balancing continuity, like Zahid, you were speaking about, continuous governments and continuous policymakers, whilst also keeping core values and standards with the need to adapt to these new realities that we're facing? How do you for both, I suppose? Yeah, Esther, yeah, please.
I think we need to do all this with having the people at the center. We should ensure that we have the interest of the people, and also we need to strike a balance and have proper strategic plans. That is ensuring that we have strategic plans that accommodate things like partnerships and collaborations, and also ensuring that we embrace change in terms of, especially in technology. So we need to ensure that our strategic plans are well planned, and they embrace the issue of the changes that are currently happening, especially in terms of technology.
And the community engagement is very useful in prioritizing the investments. For example, in one of the cities, we wanted to invest in water supply, but the community didn't want that. They said they have already water in their courtyard, they could draw water from the courtyard pump. At the same time, with the prioritization issue, we also have the higher level of expectations now. When we engage community, then the expectations, they communicate that they need more quality service and all that. So challenges are there, but at the same time, we can reprioritize, and we can allocate our resources judiciously after consultation with the public. Thank you.
Thank you both for your answers, for your insights. And I suppose then the last sort of question and any sort of final insights you may have is, we often talk about intergenerational collaboration, but in practice, what does that really look like? The water sector is a bit more a difficult place. We all understand that it's a bit more difficult to recruit new members. We have high turnaround for young people. What does it really look like to be intergenerationally collaborative? And what advice would you give to those in the utility sector dealing with this sort of conundrum?
Right now, intergenerational discussion is going on here on this table, because you belong to a younger generation and we belong to the generation which has done our job. At the same time, we need to have a combination of both. Like in any football match or any sports, we need players of the experience as well as the new ones also. Smart working is coming with the younger generation. Hard working is with the our people. But
controversial take.
So it's not generalized, but it's generally smart working is coming with the new generation. Digitization is coming. Good tools are coming. Monitoring tools, management tools are improving. So we are learning from the younger generation as well. So it's good combination, and they have good future in this sector.
So what does supporting and learning from younger professionals mean to you?
Yeah, because younger professionals, they give new insights. They give the quick solutions. They are not having longer things to conclude things. So they take less time in decisions. Thank you.
Great. I love hearing those compliments about our generations. Nice to hear. And Esther, what role does mentorship and dialogue play in your growth and in your work?
I think mentorship is a stepping stone. And in this, I mean that you need to, the young generation needs to look at the mentors. Of course, you don't just pick anyone as a mentor. You have to look for a person in your field so that you can ensure that you follow the right steps. And I believe the water sector is a safe space for for everyone, because we accommodate everyone. The experts accommodate the young water professionals, and the young water professionals accommodate the experts. So with mentorship, I would say that especially if you have a safe space and you as the young person, once you are mentored and you get there or you have the stepping stone, don't leave the rest behind. It's always good to also create a safe space for the other young water professionals. And with this, we will not leave anyone behind.
Nice, great. Some great final words, I think, to wrap up our little intergenerational dialogue. I hope you guys all enjoyed that session, and I think we'll be handing back to Rose. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause. As they step away, a quick test. How many of you are below the age of 35? Stand up for recognition. Stand up. Because you're the future. You are the future. Some are shy. Please give them a very big round of applause. I may now test the other side. How many are above the age of 70? Oh, no one? One. Big hand of applause. Stand up for recognition. He doesn't look a day older than 50. We are now going to hear more about mobilizing for the World Urban Forum and the UN 2026 Water Conference, and also reflections on from our host country. And we will end that with the closing remarks and conclusion of the Congress. I would like to now invite on stage Mr. Tahir Khalilov, Acting Chairman of the United Water Supply Services Large Cities, Chairman of the Board of the United Water Supply Service of Major Cities, Azerbaijan, to stage. He has been very instrumental in his expertise in water quality in advancing sustainable water management practices. Please have a seat. You're most welcome. WOPs, GWOPA, WOPs, SWOPs is a very interesting place to be because it is quite flexible. If I was at home, I would have been fired before I finish my next sentence. I would like to invite, with great honor, His Excellency Stefan Rohen, the Ambassador, Head Liaison Office, UN Campus, Bonn, International Organizations in Germany, Federal Foreign Office. Please, a big hand of applause. He's a senior German diplomat with over 30 years of experience. He has traveled in many countries, currently leads the UN Campus Liaison Office in Bonn, and served as German's ambassador to Senegal, as deputy head of mission in Bulgaria, Pakistan, Benin, and Eritrea, but not Uganda. And in Berlin, he led divisions on Afghanistan, Pakistan, international transport, Syria and Lebanon, and development policy. Once again, a very big hand of applause for him. And we thank you for honoring us with your presence. And lastly, I'll invite on stage Usa Johnson, head of GWOPA. We'll call you Mama GWOPA. At home, it means our mother. I do not have to introduce her, but years of experience, a great lady of great stature who has led the GWOPA movement. I would like to invite, and please a very big hand of applause. I would like to invite Mr. Tahir to tell us a bit more about the World Water Forum and the UN 2026 Water Conference, and thereafter His Excellency will take the floor. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to address you today at the closing ceremony of 6th Global Water Operators Partnership. Over the past days, we have witnessed valuable exchange, inspiring experience, and new commitments that strengthen our shared mission, ensuring sustainable water management for all. I would like to begin by expressing sincere appreciation to organizers, international partners, and all participants for their active involvement and dedication. The discussions we have had here once again remind us that water is not only a vital resource, but also a bridge that connects nations, communities, and generations. For Azerbaijan, cooperation in the field of water is part of our broader vision for sustainable urban and social development. In recent years, under the leadership of our president, our country has been implementing strategic reforms to modernize water infrastructure, improve water supply systems, and promote innovative management approaches across all major cities. Our goal is clear: to ensure access to clean, safe, reliable water service for every citizen. Urban resilience and sustainable water use are central to this effort. Cities are growing fast, and with this growth comes the challenge of balancing development with sustainability. Azerbaijan's urban policies, guided by the Azerbaijan 2030 national priorities for socio-economic development, place special emphasis on integrated planning, where water, environment, and infrastructure go hand in hand. Our nation's achievements in urban development have gained strong international recognition. In 2026, Baku will proudly host the 13th session of World Urban Forum under the theme Housing the World, Safe and Resilient Cities and Communities. This event, organized under auspices of the United Nations, reflects the growing global trust in Azerbaijan's capacity and commitment to promote sustainable urbanization. Hosting WOF 13 follows another milestone: Azerbaijan's presidency of COP29 and the United Climate Change Conference. The back-to-back organization of such important international events is a clear demonstration of our dedication to sustainability, innovation, and partnership. We see water management as a key pillar in addressing climate change challenges and building greener, safer, and more livable cities. The vision of global water operation partnerships, collaboration, knowledge sharing, and solidarity fully aligns with the goals of WOF 13. We believe that by uniting of our expertise, we can transform water challenges into opportunities for sustainable development. Partnerships like this bring us closer to ensuring that every city can provide its people with clean water, healthy environments, and better quality of life. Now, before I conclude, I would like to extend a warm and sincere invitation to all of you to join us in Baku in May 2026 for the World Urban Forum. It will be a wonderful opportunity to continue our shared dialogue on sustainable cities, water resilience, and urban transformation. It's a city that beautifully combines modern progress with deep cultural heritage. On behalf of Azerbaijan State Water Resource Agency, I thank each of you for your valuable contributions, collaboration, and friendship. Let us carry the spirit of partnership forward, and let us meet again in Baku to continue shaping a sustainable and resilient future together. Thank you.
Your Excellency. Thank you.
Dear participants and distinguished guests, as a representative of the host country, I first have to start by thanking GWOPA, Mrs. Johnson, you, but also your dedicated team for all the work, for all the organization, for this conference and congress. Thank you very much. Your subject was water, and in the last days we could see the different aspects of this subject. On Monday we had a small video. I remember the opening session, which showed what good things could be delivered by water access in local communities. Who watched this morning the information on Jamaica saw the destruction, the power, what can be done by water. And so we had the full spectrum of this aspect, and that's why I think this subject is so important. But what makes your conference so important? Why do you manage something which is quite difficult? To have two German ministries cooperate. Those of you who work in governments know that it's not always easy to have two ministries together. But indeed, of course, the German Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, for them, this is very important. They are one of the biggest donors in this sector by achieving SDGs, by achieving human rights. And for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which I represent, it's also important for other aspects like security. We are proud about special programs like you had it for the Ukraine in this time. This is very important for us. And we both ministries, we think it is very important to have GWOPA here in Bonn, and that's why we cooperate together to help you achieve your goals. The second aspect is something, which is at the core of GWOPA's work, is to connecting not only bureaucrats from the ministries, but water utilities. Why is it so important? And please allow me, this is something which someone from the elder generation, thank you for not asking who is older than 60, thank you very much. But for the older generation, you know, between water utilities and ministries, there is a difference in output. We think ministries' output is a strategy paper. And all of you who work in water utility sector know that with strategy papers, you don't bring water to the people. And so these are very important, and strategy papers sometimes are overrated, and the job that you are doing in the field, in the towns, is underrated. So this is something which makes GWOPA and which makes your Congress so important. And I hope you had fruitful cooperation and fruitful meetings. And I'm also very happy about the German utility companies that participated. And we hope that a lot of new partnerships will be developed in the years to come. Of course, after the Congress, you will be looking for the UN Water Conference in the United Arab Emirates. As you mentioned, my countries, I think there is also a conference in Senegal where I was ambassador some years ago, and I hope that you take the energy and the enthusiasm from here to the preparation of for the next conferences, because you all know that implementing is sometimes a bit more difficult than just creating the idea. I will finish by talking in behalf of the city of Bonn, which maybe in some of your countries is not so much known that it's a UN city. And we in Germany, we are very proud about our former seat of government. And maybe you had in the last 3 days also the possibility to have a look at the charm not only of the UN campus across here, but also at this city. And if you become ambassadors for the city of town, because we will always be trying to attract more UN and other agencies. We have to improve, we know, but I hope that you liked your stay in Bonn. I wish you all the best for tomorrow. I think field trips like tomorrow also show the importance of choosing the right place to have institutions that work in climate against climate change and in the environmental sector. And I think these field trips tomorrow are a very good opportunity for you to appreciate the conference that we had and the place that we had here in Bonn. I hope you could become ambassadors for Bonn in your respective countries. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'd like to now invite the head of GWOPA. Mama, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Rose, my sister, and the chair of our assembly. This is a very, very proud moment for me personally, and of course for the whole team, to be closing this Congress with such a dynamic crowd still in the room. To me, this is the clearest indicator of the commitment and the interest that all the participants here have had over the last 3 days. So I just want to first thank each one of you for all the engaging conversations we've had. To me, going into different rooms and having a look, I think it's been such a nice blend of very substantive and profound discussions and sessions, and very, very busy working tables outside. So there's been conversations in panels and just as many, let's call it bilateral conversations outside. Let me first express my gratitude once again to the government of Germany for hosting the WOPA Secretariat and for also making this Congress possible together with the Federal Foreign Office of Germany. I also want to sincerely thank the World Conference Center Bonn. You've really given us a beautiful and very functional venue here, and thank you very much also to all the technicians, everybody that has been troubleshooting throughout these 3 days. Deep appreciation to all of you. Also, a special thanks to the session organizers. There's been a lot of work behind setting up the sessions that have been provided in these 3 days. We really want to thank you. We merged some of you together. You practiced the art of partnership, even in creating the sessions. Thank you for that fruitful exchange, the constructive way in which you've taken forward so many interesting sessions since Monday until the end of today. Thank you. And also special thanks, of course, to all the presenters. I believe we've had really, really very thoughtful, meaningful, and inspiring statements across the whole Congress. Now, what do we take with us? First of all, I'm here representing UN Habitat, heading GWOPA, but I'm representing an alliance, and that makes me very proud. We're an alliance of utilities and associations that support utilities, and I think we can say with confidence that we have really reached a very important level of showing the interest, let's say, and the engagement in water operator partnerships and sanitation focused operator partnerships in this Congress. This leaves us both, we should be feeling, I think, proud of where we are, but we also have a very big responsibility moving forward, because we have a proof of concept. We have a lot of people gathered around here. We have a full room still with an interest in achieving the SDGs and beyond, making sure that those most in need, we've heard from our community representative, really getting the water to those who need water and sanitation. So we need to carry that responsibility with us. And I hope that each one of you will be closing the session thinking about how you can further refine the art of partnership, the work that you're doing, scale up what you're doing to really make a transformational change even beyond what you're doing today. So please carry that with you. Please come back. We hope to have another Congress. And please stay in conversations together, building on everything you've been discussing today, as well as with us. And we look forward as JWOPA, and now that I'm become a mother of JWOPA, please call on us, please let us know how we can convene, how we can facilitate WOPs. Because for us, the indicator of success is to have more water operator partnerships delivering more water and sanitation globally. And we look forward to working with you on continuing that path. With a number of stops along the way. The World Urban Forum is a very important forum for UN Habitat, where we will be able to have very meaningful conversations with local and national governments as well in the urban sector, along with many other actors. We are also in Senegal preparing for the very important UN conference on water that will happen later next year in UNE in 2026. And most of all, we know, of course, that conferences are a place where we convene and re-energize, but let's get practical. So let's do the work in between, and wishing you all a very good journey back home to pick up, inspired, to continue the important work that everyone is doing. Thank you. Before we close, I have a very important end of this opening ceremony. I want to warmly welcome all the team from JWOPA up on stage. And that includes Habitat, Rose, Peter, up. We can get everybody here. I hope there's nobody still working on something behind. Everybody up, thank you. Okay. And I think the plan is for everyone to pick up a cube. Do you want to say a few words? Because I don't think everyone, okay. Lothar. Great. This Congress would not have been possible without the dream team behind the Congress, so thank you so much, everyone. We've reached our destination. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Would you like to say something to close? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn to your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor on the left or the right. To the left or the right. Please turn to your neighbor to the left or the right. Your JWOPA family, your WOP family, and say, repeat after me. And we hereby declare the 6th JWOPA Congress closed.